we have a look at an enemy spawning over, or your teammate spawning here, which is where they have, the enemy is likely to be spawning over here. Now, the reason for that is because we're pushed up top right. And if you don't remember on P1 on Hacienda, if you imagine whatever side you're not weighted towards is the side the enemies are going to be spawning. So because you've got top middle control, you've got teammates on this right hand side, you've also got a teammate back here, you've got coverage here, coverage on time, coverage here, and then coverage here. So, I don't know what went on there. What quarter out of these four corners is safest for your enemy? Now, the answer should be this one. And the reason for that is because this one is a little bit too close to you here. This one's obviously too close to this player, and this one's a bit too close to this player as well. So the most open spawn, the safest corner is this. And an easy way to determine where that would be is to draw a triangle. Like in your head, when you see your teammate's position, draw like, is your teammates fall into that triangle? And if they do, they're likely to spawn here. If your teammates were slightly differently positioned, and let's say, for example, the triangle was a little bit more lenient towards that way, let's say you were pushed up this side, then this would be where they spawn, the opposite side of the, for those of you out there, the math geeks, the hypotenuse. But no, that's essentially how it works. So because your team's triangle looks a little bit like that, that's where they're going to be spawning on P1 Hacienda. So second guessing yourself is what I think you've done here, and as a result, you're not completely ready for the gunfight. I think if you fully believed 100%, if someone told you right here, right, they're going to come through this doorway, or they're going to be spawning tin, what would you have done differently? Would you have, and what you should do, what I'm hoping you say is, I'd have got into a pre-aim ready for that door, someone to push through that doorway. Okay, and that's what you should have done. I think you're a little bit impatient here. You get a little bit antsy because you've not seen anyone in a while. You're just trying to really get that first kill. And as a result, you're not trusting your read. So you're pre-aiming. I love the fact that you're pre-aiming things even though you don't necessarily know people are coming there. And then I think you get potentially distracted by the fact that your teammates just been contested on time as well. So there's a lot happening. But I'm thinking, if I told you 100% without a shadow of a doubt that we're spawning tin, would you have just aimed at this corridor? And you should have. That is what you should have. And the only way you'd 100% know that they were coming in is if you just read the spawns correctly. So maybe that's something we've got to work on. But first gunfight, we unfortunately lose. I think because we were either not ready or a little bit distracted by what else was going on in the map.